Good evening, one and all. Today, due to heavy rains and heavy winds here, there may be some difficulty with the internet connection as well as the conference duration. So we request everyone to be aware and also request you all to share your details of presentations in the chat box quickly so that we can complete the presentations. Then we can move on to commemorations and so on after observation, sharing of experiences or observations if any. And also we request everyone to quickly register today's conference. The registration form is already floated in the Zoom platform. So we request everyone to immediately register. And presenters are requested immediately to share their details in the chat box. So we will try to have the complete duration as possible, subject to availability of power, net service and all here. But still we are running on backup. So we cannot assure as of now how long we can support. Dear participants and presenters, quickly fill the registration form. And those who are willing to make presentations, kindly share your presentation details in the following format as described on the screen. You can see the format you need to follow and also follow the presentation guidelines as stated on the website. And tomorrow morning or today night, late night, you will be getting the voter and election quiz, which is conducted as part of conference. The link will be updated today late night or tomorrow morning. You can fill the quiz and submit it to get an additional quiz certificate, which is conducted as part of conference and as part of awareness and campaigns for voters. So before we start our sessions formally, we will take the blessings of Almighty. So we welcome you all once again to the International Conference on Voting, Elections, Democracy, Public Policy and Programs, Reforms, Awareness, Education, Environment, Health, Well-being and Sustainable Development 2024, commemorating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, nation celebrating 76 years of independence, United Nations Sustainable Development Goals 2015 to 2030 as part of awareness and campaigns in collaboration with Sri Holistic Health Foundation India and Sri Research Institute Center for Arts and Sciences. And well-being. Commemorating elections 2024 and as part of voters awareness and campaigns. So before we start our sessions, let's take the blessings of Almighty.
कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः.
With the blessings of Almighty, we shall continue with today's sessions. So we'll quickly move on to our presentations for the day. We request all the presenters to share details in the chat box so that we can quickly invite you for the presentations. So the first message is by Ankit Rana. Are you available in the conference? You can raise your hand. So you always share proper details. If you do not share proper details, first thing that will happen is you may not be issued certificate. And next thing, even if you have been issued certificate, your certificate may not be verified or verifiable because of inadequate data. So when you are putting your time and efforts, ensure that you are doing it properly. If you don't do it properly, again, you may have to face the consequences like The first thing is you may risk the opportunity to get certificate. The second thing is you may also lose the opportunity of your certificate to be verified by you or any other person or organization. So both the things you are risking yourself, and later on it will be a very big procedure to get your details updated. So at the very first time itself, ensure that you are putting proper details. That is the reason for collecting the details, so that we have proper data, who have attended, who have presented, who have participated. That marks the genuinity of the program conducted, of the participants, presenters, and organizers, and all things. If we just, vague data, if we put, that will also raise a lot of doubts and uncertainty. So let's, everyone put efforts together to improve the quality as well as quantity of the entire programs that are conducted on the platform. And at the same time, you also get maximum benefit potential out of the platform. So now we'll move on to first presentation by Ankit Rana. Kindly follow the guidelines. If you don't follow, you will not be getting the certificate. So ensure that you are following the guidelines. It is mandatory. Yeah, Ankit, you can share your presentation. Before that, you unmute yourself, start your video.
Yes, sir, it is visible.
And you share your details properly. You just mentioned student Punjab. Student of which course, which university, which institution. You have to mention it properly. So this is the first time. So we are mentioning, don't be so negligent and irresponsible on your part. And later on, you will say, your college will also say, what is this? Student of which course? You will only face problem tomorrow.
Okay, sir, I will upload.
Anyway,
Yes, sir.
you can share your PPT
Okay.
and follow the guidelines.
Okay, so hi everyone, my name is Ankit Rana.
Your voice is very low.
Okay.
Try to increase your voice.
Hi everyone. No, it's fine.
Yeah, now it's okay.
Yeah. So it is my capstone project. So we have to make it in any conference. So right now I'm doing it. So it is, my topic is that face recognition system
That
using
is what I am telling. Have you read the guidelines on the website?
Yes, sir.
Then you follow the guidelines first.
Okay. So I have to introduce myself.
So always start by who is presenting. You have to introduce yourself, right?
Okay.
And to whom you are presenting, where you are presenting. It's not like any conference you present.
Okay, sir.
No,
It's
it's
my
not.
first
You
time.
are. You have to present in a responsible way. It's not like because I have to do, I am doing. Because
Okay.
I have to eat, I am eating. It's not like that, right?
Okay.
Have proper attitude.
Okay, sir.
You are a student, and if you don't learn now, tomorrow also you will behave like this only when you are doing some job.
Okay, sir.
So do it properly.
Okay, sir. So let's start. Hi everyone, my name is Aniket Rana. Currently I'm doing my MCA from lovely Professional University, Punjab, and it is my last semester. And I am here to share my capstone project. So my capstone project topic is face recognition system using Python and OpenCV. So it is like that. I have made one PPT. So let's start. So in this PPT, there is introduction to face recognition and QR integration. So it is means that it is to have the attendance of the students or any university with the help of QR integration and face recognition system using Python and OpenCV libraries. So as you all know that face recognition QR are the most powerful technique nowadays that enhances the security and convenience. By integrating these two technologies, organization or schools can leverage and strengthen the process of their attendance and to create a robust application. So overview of AI powered face recognition system. We can add the AI itself in it. So the AI can provide the accurate data. As you all know that Python library has some limitation that it cannot detect sometime faces, but with the help of AI, it can detect means it can take about 150 images of the capture 150 images of one faces, and it can help to ensure the better scalability and uh, like authenticity of the data of the picture of the trained data. So this is the overview of the AI powered face recognition system. First of all, it is to have a very accurate identification. For example, in Python we have the deep learning concept which can identify individual with a high accuracy and even in the challenging conditions, such as if the image is blurry, so it can also detect that person. And the second one is rapid processing. Like it is the very fast technology. Face recognition system can process and match faces in real time and enabling the seamless authentication experience by the rapid processing of the system. And scalability, as you all know that the speed is directly proportional to the scalability. If we have high speed, then we can make the process easy and smoother. So the key component of face recognition system, it mainly works on the three main concepts. First of all, we have to train the data set. For example, the first step is to capture the images, and with the help of AI and face recognition using OpenCV Python library, we can capture the images of the trained data set. And it require also high quality camera, but with the help of AI, it doesn't require that very high end PC. And the second one is face detection, that algorithm identify and isolate the face within the captured images. And one of the library is hascadr name hascadr.xml. And the feature extraction is also there. Like if we create a different emotions of the images, then it can also capture that images. So by the case, if the face recognition system doesn't work, then we have the another system in it integrated with it, called the QR scanning. The how the QR code scanning works. First of all, we have to capture the images. We have to enter the name and the course of the student. Then it can generate a QR code, and we can save that QR code. And with the help of QR code, the user can take the attendance, and it also take the photo for the authenticity. And we can also integrate the multi-factor authentication in it with the help of that uh, yeah, with the help of that image capturing process with QR code. And it can enhance the security and multimodal authentication. For as I have already said that face recognition system using the like capturing the images, and plus the QR integration system also help to create the multi-factor authentication, that the two technologies can combine and make the process very authenticated and very seamless. So it has various practical application and use cases. First of all, you already have seen that in university and colleges, the teachers have to punch their attendance. So it can help in that case also. For example, as I have mentioned in the PPT, secure entry to building, offices, and restricted areas. And in the shops also, we can enable this technology to have the better personalized experience. And in travel security, we can also uh, make this make this technology useful for having that ticket ticket send means to have that ticket to check that ticket authenticity. And as you all know that in mobile security there is a a face screen lock. So it has various challenges. First of all, that it is not very fast. It is not very it is not 100% sure that the picture is picture is authenticate with the same person or with the another person. So it is a very big challenge. And the privacy concern is also there, that it can capture the images of the person, and the images can be used in any another way also. But and with the QR code, it also capture that images, and that's also a privacy concern. So the conclusion and the future development, I have also like shared that it has a very continuous growth. For example, we can add multi-factor authentication, and we can make that data encrypted format so that the privacy concerns may not be there. So that's all from my side. Done, sir.
Okay, how this is different from other existing face recognition systems?
Sir, because the other face recognition system, one second. Uh, because sir, the other face recognition system doesn't have the QR code integration with it, uh, and it has the QR code integration with it. And with the help of QR code, it also capture one image also, so that it can authenticate the user properly. And one of the future scope is also that we can integrate with the help of like with the in a classroom, we can make the sitting arrangement, like we can integrate with the help of IoT, that face scanner or fingerprint scanner, so that the time wastage of attendance may not be there. like uh, it usually take around 10 minutes for the teacher to mark the attendance. So with the help of that, we can mark our attendance by ourselves.
So how do you implement this? Basically, every person need to carry a QR code along with them.
uh, yeah, and that it has the two concept, that face recognition and the QR. So if the person was able to make the attendance via face, then he may not be used to carry any QR code with him or her.
But again, it is the same thing. Na? If already existing systems are there where biometric or face recognition or both are verified in case of any, discrepancy, both are verified. But you are adding one more feature, that is QR code. Again, there is an additional burden that one needs to be given QR code, and that has to be given, that has to be printed, or that has to be given as a digital copy where they have to use. So this is going to again increase the expenditure and also the time required for verification. What is the additional advantage that we are getting from it when it comes to cost benefit analysis
Like
or
we
return of investment?
like the one thing is that like in every classroom that the sitting table must have that system, so that the time wastage may not be there.
So you mean to say that every desk need to have such system,
Yeah.
but that is a very costly thing, right? Nowadays, colleges are facing a lot of funds issues. Now, how do you plan that this would be viable or feasible project?
Like
So
it
this is,
can be, but yeah, the
at
college
the
or
end of
university
the
has to.
day, it
Yeah.
has to be implemented, right?
Yes, sir.
Then only it will give some benefit to you as well as for the society. It should have some purpose to be served, right?
Yes, sir.
Otherwise, how if it is a costly thing, then no college will implement except IITs, IIMs. Where there might be some good funds available, but in small colleges where even e-classrooms are not available, then how do you expect this kind of implementation can be possible there?
Uh, s- so in that case, I think the camera may help. That in class there is one camera that will capture that uh, images entering from the door. Like if student enter from the door, then it capture the images and mark the attendance.
Okay, if there is already a, see, generally UGC also has made it mandatory to capture biometric attendance for especially for scholarship students.
Yes, sir.
So already things are in place where students have to give their biometric, which is also linked with their Aadhaar or any other recognized identification issued by Government of India or respective state. Now, in that case, so you are, how do you plan to implement this new QR code recognition? So, is there any mechanism to add this feature to existing system that is already in place in colleges? And how cost effective that would be, and what is the implementation strategy?
See, the implementation strategies is that we have to increase, like there must be a good fund to implement this, and IoT may also be used in that, like Internet of Things. Without IoT, this can't be possible.
Oh,
Yeah, like
what made
it
you
is a,
to think? What made you to take up this project?
because at the starting time, like the teacher usually takes 10 to like 5 to 10 minutes of marking the attendance, so it helps to reduce the time. Like the every class there is 5 to 10 minutes uh, initially to mark that attendance.
Okay, but again, there is lot of investment required, right? That is not feasible. What I think. because being an academician,
But the investment is like one-time investment.
but comparatively, I don't think this is a feasible mechanism because you are saying you need to have at every desk. That
Uh,
means for each student, you need to have a system that identifies. It may be possible,
uh,
you know.
like for a one row there is one, for second row there is one, and
So
for
this
like
is not feasible. You are talking about some highly funded organizations, but it is not possible. You know, you are from Punjab, which place?
help you.
Have you visited any of government colleges, schools there?
Yes,
So, do you know what is the present conditions over there? What is the infrastructure available?
they are not so good.
So, we have to be on the ground, first thing is. You know, I'm appreciating that you have come up with a concept, but you are not clear about how this concept or this particular thing can be implemented. See, at the end of the day, it should serve some purpose. If it is not serving the purpose, you should also explore. I think you have been not properly guided, or you did not approach your faculty or supervisor in a proper way. See, first thing, because I have so many doubts. First thing is, if you have chosen to implement this, you need to consider the existing infrastructure. Have you done any research of you know, in your review of literature? What is
Yes,
your findings about existing systems?
we have seen like existing system doesn't have that QR integration.
Okay, then what else you have found out?
Just the face recognition system only,
Okay,
that it can train the data and mark the attendance.
okay, then what else?
Only that.
I think you have not done proper review of literature also.
Okay.
So, but what are your variables? You know exactly what you are trying to, you know, what is your hypothesis basically?
Actually, it's my first time conference and project of research.
You randomly picked up something you have presented, but you don't have clear concept of what you are doing. See, I appreciate in the very first place.
Sir.
It's a very good presentation, but you have not done proper homework. No, first there should be a purpose. Like you said, now I have to present something. You have present.
Yes, sir.
It reflects that, but that is not the way it has to be done. That is a problem with the present generation. They do for the sake of doing, and there is no purpose of studying also. They don't know why they are studying, and they are studying, getting degrees. And after getting the degree, they don't know what to do with the degree. And why they have studied also, they don't know. This is a problem. If you don't understand before doing why you are doing, what you are doing, for what you are doing, this is a problem you will face not only in career but also in life.
Okay.
So, anyway, maybe see, this concept is good. I am appreciating,
Yes, sir.
but you need to do more research.
Okay.
Okay, you do more in-depth research, come out with detailed findings. You do comparative study also within the existing systems, including, you know, cost benefit analysis and also return of investment. You do, and you see how many institutions can really afford such a thing,
Sir.
and do some work, proper work, and present in future conference.
Okay, sir.
Okay, take this as a positive feedback. It's not a criticism because I feel that you have done a good work. but uh, you did not do it properly. That's what I feel personally. You could have done much better if you have been guided properly, or you have taken much more interest in it. So anyway, complete the formalities at least properly so that you will get certificate. If you don't complete, you will not be getting certificate.
Okay.
Anyway, your presentation will be live, but that doesn't certify. That doesn't give you certificate. Certificate is only given after completing the documentation.
Okay.
Uh, Anyway, congratulations. We wish you all the success.
Thank you.
So you can stop sharing. Any others waiting for their presentations can quickly share their details in chat box, or those who are willing to share their experiences, observations as voters, feel free to share in chat box, or you can raise your hand. It's always better to have everything documented, put in written, so that it's easy for documentation. It happens that we need some data or information that is missing, and again the whole process gets delayed, or because of lack of data, that particular person may be left out. So you have not shared anything, Satyendra Prasad. You can't see anything in chat box. You have raised your hand. Do you have any query on the presentation? Share your details in the chat box. Those who have for presentations, I think you already shared your observation. Anyone else? Those who are willing to make presentations? Yeah, Satyendra Prasad, you have to share your details. You are not following the instructions. Do you have any query? Respond in chat. Use chat box to respond. We haven't received any message. You reshare it once again. Maybe I have already mentioned there might be some connectivity issues. You share it once again. And anyone else, you can share it. Otherwise, we'll move on to today's commemorations. Okay, now you can unmute yourself, start your presentation, and also mention how this presentation is related to this theme or topic.
Shall I start, sir?
Yeah, you can continue.
Myself, Engineer Satyen Prasad Rajmu, Director Technology and Research Center, Gulwana International Technology and Research Center, Gitar Bhatparani, India. First of all, thank you to the organizer and organization committee to this international conference on voting, elections, democracy, public policy and performance, reform, awareness, education, environment, health, well-being and sustainable development 2024. So this research topic is based on the education purpose. So how to enhance our education system. So now to the come to the research topic to develop computer security by math work. That is matrix laboratory programming. So these are the outline: introduction, literature review, research gap, methodology, software implementation, discussion, conclusion, references. The type of security system like cyber security, networking, application of security end-to-end education system like that. So these are the introduction. The computer security is basically to secure the data related these things to cyber threat attack and cyber attack like that. The network data is like sensitive data, networking, software implementation, context, significance, observability studies, secure data, technology reliance like that. So next is the Mathwork tool is used to addressing to secure the data like computer security enhancement and then including a matrix laboratory simulation endeavor to elevated and mechanism to secure the data of the system. There are a firewall to use the secure the data. So the research is used for the computational tool to enhance the emerging cyber threats, anticipated theoretical data to secure landscape, and then discontinue and increasing the incorporated and computer security objective like that. The literature review, literature review based on the evaluation of cyber threat, traditional security measurement for method in security, machine learning for threading, math work tools to use to enhance the and secure the data. Everything is comparable and then security system before and after that. So the next point is adaptive secure protocol, integration of formal method and machine learning, case studies, implementation, challenging future threat, research gap existing knowledge, literature review, everything is to endeavor of the existing of system exploring, security, hybrid models, all these blockchain transition and then advancement of the tool to compute and the security system addressing management. So methodology, the problem formulation is basically to involve a cyber threat identification and then valuable and secure the data, address of the data. Now the particularly reading and my mathwork tool to enhance the technology for securing challenging and computer secure and selection of the tools to enhance the outlining capability, enhance security management. Everything's algorithm is also to enhance the security and corresponds and protocols. The next point is integration of mechanism, machine learning to enhance the capability mechanism, secure framework, and then learning to adaptable deduction and regions. The next one is simulation and modeling, validation and testing, adaptive security protocol, ethical consideration, documentation, and then data privacy security is basically used for cyber threat, adaptability of the secure protocol, real-time application response, cyber research, responsibility of research, sensitive information, like that. So the next point is analysis result, iteration and optimization, collaboration within math work, conclusion of methodology. Everything is used to inciting to refine the application math work tool to enhance and emphasizing the contribution of the real world testings. The software implementation, math work environment setup, algorithm implementation, MATLAB integration of machine learning, simulation modeling of for securing protocol, simulation and testing, validation with real world scenario. Everything is used to algorithm deployment, responsibility, adaptability, real world cyber threats, and computer security system to antivirus, firewall, small scan passwords. These are the pyramid for computer security, firewall, antivirus, password, email scans, everything. Next point is user interface development, documentation and code response, code optimization, security measurement, collaboration with mathwork support, reproduction and transparency, benchmark, and then comparison to enhance the data by this throughout documentation, optimize speed enhancement, and then privacy and ethical considerations, like that. The effectiveness of the math work is used to enhance the coding and then sharing the data to protect the real visualization, user training and education, software implementation. Everything is implemented security protocol, understanding the maximization benefit security, and goal of outlining to integration seamless, and then a mathwork tool to enhance these things for security purpose. These are the software implementation of 3D model of security to the implemented in Cent and then various home office, like that. Every data is secure and then manage discussion. Effective of mathematics tool and then effectiveness of mathworks tools, algorithm advancement, integration of machine learning, simulation model and real-time response, benchmark and comparison. Everything is recover, identify, protect, detect, response, and then evaluate the reliability, adaptability, machine learning implementation, and then discuss the security protocol enhancement existing, and then context computer security. So the practical adaptability, user interface and interaction, ethical consideration and data policy, collaboration with mathwork, limitation and challenges, future direction, conclusion and summary is this the real world scenario, and then apply for the ethical standard research process, maybe enhancing to the mathwork tool, and then apply for the coding algorithm. So conclusion, the effective mathwork tool algorithm advancement, integration of machine learning. This is the synergic enhancing the dynamic nature and practical adaptive application and real world scenario to enhance the pushing boundaries of the comprehensive and implementation through the capability to secure the sophisticated protocol and then precision of the evaluation and state of the art to enhancing the system. So this is the graph to data performance by CA integrity compatibility. Now the come to the point, collaboration with math work existing, challenging, and then a future direction, overall contribution to computer security. Everything is the approaches the deeper and then research to industrial cyber security, refining and based on the mathwork tool to embedded 3D landscape and then inherent to exploring the data. These are the resource paper to take in as a reference. So thank you. Thank you to giving me the opportunity, and welcome to ask anyone to any question. then I will reply to how to use these things in as a software and implemented in hardware. Thank you.
You have shared some other topic, but you have presented some other topic. Your message says to develop digital amplifier by Verilog program. But no, now you are presenting to develop computer set.
No, before that, I have shared 3 topics. One is the this.
We have not received any message.
I have shared again because of the your side. You are saying like the network issue. So that's I have shared multiple time, but you did not get. But I will share again every topics. But here I am sharing. You did not get it. I don't know why. Here is I am sharing it.
Sometimes
But
from your end also there might be problem because from our end there is anticipation. See, we have problems, but things are going fine.
okay. I will share again here too.
But we also, it's our duty to inform you that there is a possibility.
Okay. Here is showing you cannot say the direct message.
So that's I think you have not sent it properly. You can select the host.
Host. Okay.
And then you have to share.
Okay.
That is why we tell you to read instructions properly.
I have shared before, but did not get it. I don't. I will share again.
See, that is the limitations of technology. We cannot assure that once it is sent, it is received. It is the feedback is very important.
Okay.
We need to check whether it is really happening or not, whether it is really displayed or performing on the client side or the other end where it is intended.
I am sharing again. Wait. Shall you get it?
Okay, now we got it.
Yeah. Similar way, I will share another things. So, is this possible after presentation? I will share the data. Otherwise, I will share soon.
Okay, you do it, but do it properly.
Okay. I will share. Wait a couple of moments.
Okay, do one thing. You share, then we'll move on to commemorations. Then after commemorations, we'll take it up.
Okay, sir. Sure. Thank you.
Meanwhile, you can share details in chat box, and anyone else also waiting for their presentations. Kindly share your presentations. Details in chat box and ensure that you also share a copy to co-host also. One to main host, that is Sri Holistic Health Foundation India, and other you can send me also a copy.
Okay.
So that at least sometimes you might have, it may show that it has sent, but it actually, due to network problem, it may not have sent actually.
Okay. Sure. I will share.
You can mute yourself. stop your video. We'll move on to commemorations. Today is also a very important day. Today is World Asthma Day. Because now we see, due to a lot of air pollution and other pollution, today asthma or bronchitis or respiratory health problems have become a major issue. Next to this cardiac problem, diabetes, cancer, and it is the most leading cause of diseases and disorders, air pollution especially, and more than outdoor pollution, indoor air pollution is creating a lot of problems. So, why? Because we are accumulating so many things and we are becoming busy and we are not cleaning up things. So, not cleaning up things or not cleaning completely means a lot of dead cells from our body and lot of dust that gets accumulated and uncleaned areas foster bacteria, microorganisms growth, which are beneficial and which are also harmful to us. So that is the reason it is always better to have what we require. The more we accumulate, the more the maintenance, the more the wastage, and also it will lead to more work, more time, more resources. That's why always try to declutter and keep things organized around you, because that helps you to be more organized. That will improve the ambience and it will also help you to stay healthy and take care of your well-being. Not only you, but your family members, pets, and also the visitors who are visiting. So today, we are commemorating and celebrating World Asthma Day. Internationally, it is observed on the first Tuesday of May every year. So this year it falls on May 7th, that is today. This annual event is observed to spread awareness about people suffering from asthma. It is organized by the Global Initiative for Asthma, in short known as GINA, GINA, in collaboration with healthcare groups and asthma educators. Asthma is a prevalent problem worldwide. Do you know that approximately 25 million Americans have asthma in US itself? Asthma is a chronic disease of airway inflammation, occurs in the airways that lead to lungs, causing blockage and breathing difficulties. Asthma is a common concern, and according to World Health Organization, 262 million had asthma in 2019, and it caused over 460,000 deaths. The death rate from asthma has nearly doubled since 1980s, but the condition is not new. There is mention of asthma in scriptures from China in 2600 BC, and ancient Egypt also mentions the symptoms of breathlessness and respiratory issues. These are all in the Western context. Hippocrates, who was in between the period 460 to 370 BC, was the first to describe the condition found in ancient Greece. Hippocrates was the first in the West to link asthma symptoms to environmental triggers and specific traits and professions. Around 100 BC, Herodias of Cappadocia composed a detailed definition of asthma. It is similar to how we today understand the development of the disease. The ancient Romans also explored the condition in 50 AD. Pliny the Elder discovered links between pollen and breathing difficulties. He was one of the first to recommend a predecessor of epinephrine, a quick relief of asthma treatment. In the 19th century, Dr. Henry H. Salter made accurate descriptions and medical drawings of what happens in the lungs during asthma attacks. In 1892, one of the co-founders of the Johns conditions, these include hay fever as well as the genetic nature of the disease. He also noted specific triggers of asthma, such as climate, extreme emotion, and diet. The 1980s saw better comprehension of asthma as an inflammatory condition. It focused on the importance of the immune system. Doctors realized the need to manage asthma even if symptoms do not occur. So this day, Asthma Day, is to raise awareness about respiratory diseases and bring together healthcare professionals to help parents. Asthma tends to run in families and it can also be genetic. May is considered Asthma Awareness Month. So this is an opportunity to learn more about asthma and to share more about asthma in this month. So read up and research asthma, broaden your horizon, learn things about asthma and how to help someone suffering from asthma. Learn and educate others. There is nothing more pleasure than passing the knowledge on to others. Help people suffering from asthma as much as you can in your capacity. Donate or volunteer as much as possible. About 1 in 13 Americans have asthma. About 8% of the adults and 7% of children have asthma. A major chronic disease in children, about 5.1 million children under the age of 18 have asthma. It is more common in women. Women are 3 times more likely to be hospitalized due to asthma-related problems than men. Asthma kills on average 10 Americans per day, and asthma kills every day. Boys are more likely to have asthma. 84% of boys have asthma, while 55% of girls have asthma. Again, in the population, adult population and teen population and children's, we can see the difference. World Asthma Day is observed to spread awareness about asthma. It spreads the message to those unaware of it. And illustrates how to help people with asthma. On this day, we help people suffering from asthma. People come together in a variety of ways, like making donations for research and volunteer work. It's a day to help people. And it's a day to spread awareness. People come together and show the power of humanity. It's a day for humans to show compassion and kindness. It's also a day to keep our environment, surroundings, air clean. as it causes asthma. So on this Asthma Day, May 7, 2024, the global initiative for asthma, in short known as GANA, emphasizes the need to empower people with appropriate education to manage their disease and to recognize when to seek medical help. Asthma education empowers healthcare professionals are called upon to increase their awareness of the continuing avoidable morbidity and mortality from asthma, and the published evidence can on effective management of asthma so that they are equipped to provide reliable information and optimal treatment for their patients. Asthma is one of the most common chronic non-communicable diseases that affects over 260 million people and is responsible for 4,50,000 deaths each year worldwide, and most of which are preventable. Key universal issues on which education is required are under or inaccurate diagnosis, underuse of anti-inflammatory inhaled corticosteroid inhalers, overuse and over-reliance on short-acting beta-2 agonists, SABA inhalers, and poor recognition of patients requiring specialist assessment and further management. In low to middle income countries, lack of availability of inhaled medicines and especially inhaled corticosteroid containing inhalers is a major contributor to the fact that more than 90% of the asthma deaths occur in these countries. Policymakers and pharmaceutical industry are called upon to increase the awareness of continuing preventive morbidity associated with the common disease, in spite of the existence of highly effective controlled treatments, and to increase their efforts to ensure that environmentally friendly inhaled medications are made available in all countries, leaving no one behind. World Asthma Day was first held in 1998 and has grown each year to become one of the most important asthma events globally. On World Asthma Day, hundreds of awareness-raising activities will take place in countries all over the world, like this, which is happening now here and across the world. Which is attended by health professionals, asthma patients, supporters, and the general public, and is created as part of awareness and campaigns. As we mentioned, World Asthma Day, in short known as WAD, is organized by the Global Initiatives for Asthma, a World Health Organization collaborative organization founded in 1993. World Asthma Day is held each May to raise awareness of the asthma worldwide. In celebration of World Asthma Day 2024, the Global Initiative for Asthma has selected the theme for 2024 as Asthma Education Empowers. GINA, which is a global initiative for asthma, emphasizes the need to empower people with asthma with the appropriate education to manage their disease and to recognize when to seek medical help. Healthcare professionals are called upon to increase their awareness to the continuing avoidable morbidity and mortality from asthma and the published evidence on the effective management of asthma so that they are equipped to provide reliable information and optimal treatment for their patients. Asthma is one of the most common chronic non-communicable diseases that affects over 260 million people and is responsible for over 450,000 deaths each year worldwide, and most of which are preventable. Key universal issues on which education is required, as already mentioned, need to be focused. World Asthma Day is held on the first Tuesday in May. Each year, GINA chooses a theme and coordinates preparation and distribution of World Asthma Day materials and resources. GINA also maintains the World Asthma Day internet headquarters where materials and resources are posted, and around the world they are constantly updated. So now what is asthma or what is known about asthma? Asthma is a common and potentially serious chronic disease that imposes a substantial burden on patients, their families, and the community. It causes respiratory symptoms, limitations of activity, and flare up attacks that someone requires urgent health care and may be fatal. Fortunately, asthma can be effectively treated, and most patients can achieve good control of their asthma. When asthma is under good control, patients can avoid troublesome symptoms during day and night, need little or reliever medication, have productive, physically active lives, have normal or near normal lung function, avoid serious asthma flare-ups, exacerbation or attacks. Asthma causes symptoms such as wheezing, shortness of breath, chest tightness, and cough that may over time in their occurrences, frequency, and intensity. These symptoms are associated with variable expiratory flow, airflow, that is difficulty breathing air out to the lungs due to bronchoconstriction, airway narrowing, airway wall thickening, and increased mucus. Some variation in airflow can also occur in people without asthma, but it is greater in asthma. Factors that may trigger or worsen asthma symptoms include viral infections, domestic or occupational allergies, that is, house dust mites, pollen, cockroaches, tobacco smoke, exercise, and stress. These responses are more likely when asthma is uncontrolled. Some drugs can induce or trigger asthma. Example, like beta blockers, and in some patients, aspirin or other NSAIDs. Asthma flare-ups, also called as exacerbation or attacks, may occur even in people taking asthma treatment. When asthma is uncontrolled or in some high-risk patients, these episodes are more frequent and more severe and may be fatal. A stepwise approach to the treatment takes into account the effectiveness of available medications, their safety, and their cost to the payer or patient. Regular controller treatment, particularly with inhaled corticosteroid, ICS containing medicines or medications, markedly reduces the frequency and severity of asthma symptoms and the risk of having a flare-up. Asthma is a common condition affecting all levels of society. Olympic athletes, famous leaders, and celebrities. And ordinary people live successful and active lives with asthma. You can control asthma So you cannot cure asthma, but you can control asthma. People with asthma can have normal active lives when they learn to control their asthma. When your asthma is under control, you can work, play, and go to school. You can sleep well at night. You can avoid most asthma attacks. Asthma does not have to limit your life. All over the world, many people have asthma. People with asthma live for many years, have lived. People with asthma can have trouble breathing. They have asthma symptoms and asthma attacks that come and go. These are signs of asthma attack, especially breathing, tight chest, cough, wheeze. Some asthma attacks are mild, some asthma attacks very serious. People can die from a bad asthma attack. People with asthma wake up at night because of coughing or trouble breathing. Asthma is a disease of the airways in the lungs. You can get asthma at any age. Asthma is not a contagious disease. You cannot catch asthma from other people. Asthma is not caused by one single factor. There are different types of asthma. in some types of asthma. Several family members may have asthma, but this is not seen in some other types of asthma. Airways carry air to lungs. Airways get smaller and smaller like branches of a tree. When asthma is under control, the airways are clear and air flows easily in and out. Inside the airways, it's looked like the airways, when infected with asthma, are constricting themselves. When asthma is not in control, the walls of the airways in the lungs are always thick and swollen. An asthma attack can happen easily. During an asthma attack, less air can get in and out of lungs. People cough and wheeze. The chest feels tight. During an asthma attack, it looks like this. Inside the airways of the lungs, the side of the airways get even more swollen. The airways get squeezed and the airway makes more mucus than normal. Make sure how to control your asthma and keep asthma attacks from starting. Make sure you know how to use your inhaler correctly and use it as often as the doctor says. Go to doctor at least once in a year for checkups or right away if you have had an asthma attack or flare-up of symptoms. Go even when you feel fine and have no breathing problems. Ask for a written asthma action plan so that you will know when your asthma is getting worse and how to respond. Stay away from things that start your asthma attacks like pets or dust or anything, any allergens that trigger your asthma. Most people with asthma need two kinds of medicine: preventive medicine, which are also known as controllers, protect the lungs and keep asthma attacks from starting. They reduce the swelling and mucus in your airways. Controllers contain a low dose of an inhaled corticosteroid. These medicines are extremely safe, as at usual doses, only very small amounts are observed from the lung. There are sometimes combined with some inhaler with a long-acting reliever type medicine. Controller medicines are sometimes increased when their asthma symptoms get worse. Your doctor will tell you if your controller inhaler can be adjusted in this way. Quick relief medicines, which are also known as relievers, are used to relieve asthma symptoms when they occur. In the past, most reliever inhalers contained only a bronchodilator medicine. They relieve your asthma symptoms, but they do nothing to reverse the inflammation, swelling in your airways that is causing the increased symptoms. It is like taking a painkiller for a toothache. The pain goes away, but you still have a cavity. If your reliever inhaler contains only a bronchodilator medicine, you should also be taking a regular daily controller inhaler to protect you from having asthma attacks. So controllers are daily medicines for asthma patients or a preventive medicine for those who are vulnerable for asthma attacks. And relievers are used to relieve asthma symptoms when they occur. It is a life-saving medicine. No, because many lives are lost when asthma attacks and it becomes serious. So it provides immediate relief once. That's why people with asthma need to have their inhalers in hand, always accessible. Ensure that wherever you are going, you are carrying your inhaler with you because it can save your life. It acts in seconds and it opens the constrict lungs and reduces the inflammation so that you can breathe air. And some reliever inhalers contains both a low dose controller and a quick relief long lasting medicine called formoterol. This can be used both to relieve your symptoms and as a controller inhaler taken every day to protect you from having asthma attacks. And for people with mild asthma, for example, with asthma symptoms, a few times a week or less, taking one of these combination reliever inhalers, controller, and formoterol whenever you have asthma symptoms gives just as a good protection from asthma attacks as taking a regular daily control. This is a new recommendation in China in 2019 based on the results of some large research studies. However, if you have more frequent asthma symptoms or if your reliever inhaler does not contain any controller medicine, it is very important to continue to take a controller medicine every day, even when you feel well. Ask your doctor which way of using these asthma medicines and is available in your country and is best for your asthma. Always follow professionals' advice. You cannot become addicted to preventive medicines for asthma even if you use them for many years. And preventive medicines for asthma are safe to use every day. So preventive medicines make the swelling of the airways in the lungs go away. They do not become less effective over time, and you should not be worried about them not working if you take them every day. The doctor will usually tell you to take your preventive medication every day if you cough, sneeze, or have a tight chest more than twice a week. If you wake up at night because of asthma, or if you have many asthma attacks, or if you have to use quick relief medicine more than twice a week to stop asthma attacks. If you are pregnant, do not stop your asthma medication. Consult your doctor. Most asthma medications are safe during pregnancy, and keeping your asthma under good control will also help protect your child. Be prepared. Always have asthma medicine. Always carry your quick relief asthma medicine with you when you leave home. Ask the doctor to write down what asthma medicines to take and when to take them. The doctor may use an asthma action plan like the one which we have discussed. Use the asthma action plan to know what quick relief medicines to take when you have asthma symptoms or an asthma attack. Use the asthma action plan to help remember what preventive medicines to take every day. Use the asthma action plan to see if you should take asthma medicine just before the sports or working hard. For a more severe asthma attack, your doctor may give you a prescription for a short course of corticosteroid tablets. Such a treatment may be life-saving but it's best to avoid the need by ensuring good day-to-day control of asthma. An asthma action plan typically consists of your name, phone number, action plan updated, date, and doctor's contact details, nurse or educator details, your emergency contact information, name, relationship, phone number. And also in an emergency, specify any number or call an emergency services or an ambulance immediately. If your asthma is well controlled, you need your reliever inhaler less than 3 times per week. If you do not wake up with asthma and your asthma does not limit your activities, including exercise, your controller medication and the strength needs to be noted. And also the number of times and number of puffs to be taken every time also need to be mentioned every day. Use a spacer with your controller inhaler if you have difficulty using inhaler. So your reliever or rescue medication has to be mentioned along with the strength and the number of puffs if needed to relieve asthma symptoms like wheezing, coughing, shortness of breath, and any other medications with its name, strength, and how often it should be taken, and how many puffs or tablets has to be taken before or after exercise. If your asthma is getting worse, you need your reliever more often than usual. You wake up with asthma or you cannot do your normal activities, including exercise, because of your asthma. So take your reliever rescue medication. Mention name, strength, and how often. Use a spacer with your controller inhaler if required. Take your controller medication. Specify name, strength, and number of puffs, tablets, and number of times every day. Use the spacer with your reliever inhaler and contact your doctor for further information. And also mention other medications along with its name, strength, and how often it has to be taken. If your asthma symptoms are severe, you need your reliever again more often than every 3 to 4 hours. Your breathing is difficult or you often wake up with asthma. So take your reliever or rescue medication along with your name, strength, and how often to be used, and take precautions. And prednisone or prednisolone along with name and strength and how to take every day in the morning for how many days has to be mentioned. So contact a doctor today or go to the emergency department. And any additional comments. These are the different sections and contents of an asthma action plan. It is like a card or a sheet of paper which will provide you all the details of when, what, how, where, and why of asthma attack. When asthma attacks, what to do. It will provide a picture. Asthma medicine can be taken in different ways. When asthma medicine is breathed in, it goes directly to the airways in the lungs where it is needed. Inhalers for asthma come in many shapes. Some are sprays and some are powder. Remember how to use a spray inhaler. Remember to breathe in slowly. Take off the cap, shake the inhaler, stand up, breathe out away from inhaler. Put the inhaler in your mouth. As you start to breathe, push down on the top of the inhaler and keep breathing in slowly. Hold your breath for 5 seconds. Breathe out. A spacer or a holding chamber makes it easier to use a spray inhaler. Put the spacer in your mouth. Breathe out into the spacer. Then press on the top of the inhaler to spray one puff into the spacer. Then take a deep breath to breathe in the air in the spacer. Hold it for 5 seconds. Breathe out into the spacer. Repeat the steps 1 to 3 to take the total number of puffs you have been prescribed. There are many kinds of spacers. Some have a mouthpiece, some have a face mask. Whichever is comfortable and recommended, kindly use that. Many things can start asthma attacks. These things are called triggers. Like animals with fur, if you are allergic to them, cigarette smoke or smoke from fire pit, dust in beds and pillows, if you are allergic to house dust mites, dust from sweeping, strong smells and sprays, pollen from trees and flowers if you are allergic to them, the weather, running, sports and working hard, colds, workplace, some people find their asthma is made worse from work-related exposures. If this is a case for you, talk to your doctor, as seeing a specialist may be helpful in this case. Different people with asthma respond to different triggers. Know which one start asthma attacks for you. You may list out all the triggers. Keep triggers that start your asthma attacks out of your home. No smoking or vaping. Get help to quit smoking or vaping. Smoking damages your lungs and can reduce how well your controller medication works. Vaping can cause acute respiratory problems and its long-term effects are unknown. If your asthma attacks are triggered by strong smells or perfume, keep these out of home. No soap, no shampoo or lotion that smells like perfume. No incense. If you are allergic to animals with fur, keep them outside and ask someone else to change their bedding or litter. Consider making special changes to the room where the person with asthma sleeps. Consider taking out rugs and carpets. They get dusty and moldy. Do not let animals on the bed or in the bedroom. No smoking or strong smells in the bed. Keep the bed simple. Dust collects in the mattress, blankets, and pillows. This dust bothers many people with asthma. Consider putting bed special dust-proof covers with zippers on the mattress, quilt, and pillow. Do not use a pillow or a mattress made of straw. Wash sheets and blankets often in very hot water. put them in the sun to dry. Open windows wide when it is hot or stuffy, when there is smoke from cooking, and when there are strong smells, when the floor is being vacuumed. If you heat or cook with wood, kerosene, or gas, keep a window open a little to get rid of fumes. Close windows when the air outside is full of exhaust from cars, pollution from factories, dust. Plan to do these choices or course when the person with asthma is not. Sweep, vacuum or dust, paint, spray for insects, use strong cleaners, cook strong smelling foods, air out the house before the person with asthma returns. If there is no one to help, people with asthma can use a mask or scarf when they sweep or dust. Use strong cleaners, cook strong smelling foods, air out the house before the person with asthma returns. There is no one. If there is no one to help, people with asthma can use a mask or scarf when they sweep or dust. Keep the windows open if possible while sweeping, dusting, or vacuuming. Running, sports, or working hard can also cause asthma symptoms in some asthmatics, but these activities are good for you. Use your controller medication as prescribed to reduce the chance of you getting asthma symptoms when you exercise. Your doctor may also tell you to take your own reliever medication about 10 to 15 minutes before exercise. If you need to take use your controller medication as prescribed to reduce the chance of getting asthma symptoms when you exercise. Your doctor may also tell you to take your reliever medication about 10 to 15 minutes before exercise. If you need to take your reliever, When you know there is an asthma in your family, you may be able to reduce the chance of your baby getting asthma. When you are pregnant, do not smoke, do not drink. Keep tobacco smoke away from the baby and out of your home and car and surroundings. Consider putting as a special dust-proof cover on the baby's mattress. Avoid using antibiotics for the baby unless the doctor says they are necessary. Go to the doctor 2 or 3 times a year for check UPS. So ask questions. Your doctor is your partner in controlling your asthma. Tell the doctor about any problems with your asthma or your asthma medications. Asthma may get better or it may get worse over the years. And there are many asthma medicines. The doctor can check how you are taking your inhalers and whether anything else is making your asthma worse. The doctor may suggest changing the asthma medicine or how much you take. It is important to measure your breathing capacity intermittently. This can be done with a simple peak flow meter, but it is better to have a simple but more accurate respiratory. It is important to measure your breathing capacity intermittently. This is done with a simple peak flow meter, but it's better to have a simple but more accurate spirometry breathing test. If your asthma control is not good, despite you are taking your controllers, it is important after measuring your breathing capacity with a simple peak flow meter so that you can have accurate analysis. If your asthma control is not good, despite you taking care of your controller medicines correctly and regularly, know the signs your asthma is getting worse and how to respond. Be alert for asthma symptoms, cough, wheeze, tight chest, wake up at night are symptoms. Act fast in an asthma attack starts. Move away from the trigger that started the. Know the signs your asthma is getting worse and how to respond. Be alert for asthma symptoms, coughing, wheezing, tight chest, waking up at night. Act fast if an asthma attack starts. Move away from the trigger that has started the attack if you know what it was. Take a quick relief asthma medicine. Your doctor will tell you. Take a quick relief asthma medicine. Your doctor will tell you which one to use for relief. Stay calm for 1 hour to be sure breathing gets better. Get emergency help from a doctor if you do not get better or if your asthma is getting worse fast. Get help straight away if you see any of the asthma diseases. Your quick relief medicine does not help for very long or it does not help at all. Get emergency help from a doctor if you do not get better or if your asthma is getting worse fast. Get help straight away if you see any of these asthma danger signs. Your quick relief medicine does not help for very long or it does not help at all. Breathing is still fast and old. It is hard to talk because of your asthma. Lips or fingernails turn gray or blue. The note opens. It's hard to talk because of your asthma. Lips or fingernails turn gray or blue. Lips may become dry. The nose opens wide when the person breathes. Skin is pulled in around the ribs and neck when the person breathes. The heartbeat or pulse is very fast. It is hard to walk. Be careful using too much quick relief medicine, which can harm you. If your quick relief asthma medicine contains only a bronchodilator, it will make you feel better for a while. It may stop the attack. With some attacks, as you may think you are getting better, but the airways are getting more and more swollen. Then you are in the danger of having very bad asthma attack that could kill you. An action plan will tell you how safe is it to increase your controller's treatment to stop asthma symptoms from progressing to a more severe asthma attack. If your quick relief asthma medicine contains only a bronchodilator and you need it more than twice a week to stop asthma attacks, this means you need a regular preventive controller for asthma or that your maintenance medication should be revised by your doctor. If you need quick relief medicines more than 4 times in one day to stop asthma attacks, you need help from a doctor today. A peak flow meter can be used at a clinic or at home to measure how well a person is breathing. It helps the doctor decide if someone has asthma It helps to see how bad an asthma attack is. It helps the doctor see how well asthma is controlled over time. It helps you know what your best readings are when you are well. It helps the doctor see how well asthma is controlled over time. It helps you to know what your best readings are when you are well. It helps you to tell if your asthma is controlled. If a peak flow meter is used every day at home, people can find their asthma is getting worse even before they had start to wheeze or cough. Then they will know when more asthma medicine is needed. There are many kinds of peak flow meters. Learn how to use a peak flow meter. Slide the title marker down as far as I will be going. So learn how to use a peak flow meter. Slide the little marker down as far as it will go. This sets the meter to 0. Stand up, take a big breath with your mouth open. Hold the meter in one hand. Keep your fingers away from the marker. Quickly close your lips firmly around the tube. Do not put your tongue in the hole. Blow one time as fast as hard as you can. The marker will go up and stay up. Do not touch the marker. Find the number where the marker stops. Write the number on a piece of paper or on a chart. Blow two times. Push the button down each time. Write the number down each time. Write down the start date on the top of the page. That is peak flow chart. Each page can hold up to 8 weeks of peak flow readings. For each day, example, mark as day, SU Sunday, and so on. There are more elevated P's. So how to use this peak flow chart when you are using on a regular basis? Write the short date of the on the top of the page. Each page can hold 8 weeks of peak flow readings. For each day, there is a while column for your morning peak flow and gray column for evening peak. Each morning and evening. Each morning and evening, use a black pen to record the highest of the 3 peak flows. You can use the boxes at the bottom to record how many times you have used quick relief asthma medication. Always take the peak flow chart when you visit the doctor. If you miss something, your peak flow So write on the chart if your asthma medicine changed or you had a cold or had an insulin or had an asthma attack. So with this, as there is no cure for asthma, we can also maintain. So kindly consult a doctor and get it screened for asthma. And take medicines regularly for those who have been prescribed to avoid attacks and prevent further attacks. So with this, we shall conclude World Asthma Day. Then we will move on to other commemorations. Like today is also commemorated as Bladder Cancer Awareness Day, which is celebrated, commemorated every year on May 7th. On this day, various programs are organized to educate the public about the symptoms, causes, and treatment of this type of cancer. Bladder cancer is the 10th most common cancer globally. In the US, around 57,000 men and 18,000 women are diagnosed with the disease every year. Needless to say, bladder cancer is a serious concern that there is a dedicated effort to improve the lives of patients suffering from it. Bladder cancer often starts in the urothelial cells that line the inside of our bladder. Most tumors develop on the inner layer of the bladder, while some may grow into deeper layers of the organ. Cancer becomes harder to treat as it grows through the layers of muscle wall. Urothelial cells are also found in the kidneys and uterus and the tubes that connect the kidneys to the bladder. This means that the cancer may spread to the kidneys and ureters. However, this doesn't happen as frequent. Although radiological tests provide important information about kidneys and ureters, cytoscopy is the best method of determining whether you have bladder cancer. Today, these diagnostic procedures are performed in urology clinic and little or no discomfort. During the cytoscopy, the urologist looks through the cytoscope and keeps an eye out for anything that bladder may be abnormal. When diagnosed at an early stage, bladder cancer is highly treatable. It's wise to keep an eye out for symptoms. Symptoms of bladder cancer may include and are not limited to blood in the urine, painful urination, always an urgent need to urinate, trouble with passing urine, abdominal pain, fatigue, lower back pain, and loss in appetite. Some individuals may be a greater risk of developing bladder cancer. Smoking, chemical exposure, causations, old age, family history, and chronic bladder infection are all factors that play a role when it comes to bladder cancer. Men are at a greater risk of bladder cancer. However, it is on the rise among women too. So smoking is the single biggest risk factor for bladder cancer. Tobacco contains carcinogens that pass into your bloodstream and are filtered by kidneys into your urine. Blood or blood clots in urine, pain or burning sensation during urination, frequent urination, feeling the need to urinate many times throughout the night, and trouble passing urine are the symptoms experienced with bladder cancer. There are 5 stages: stage 0 and stage 1 through 4 for bladder cancer. Observe Bladder Cancer Awareness Day by scheduling a cytoscopy for yourself and your loved ones. This is particularly important if you have noticed any abnormalities or belong to a high-risk group. Quit smoking. Smoking often leads to bladder cancer. The best way to observe Bladder Cancer Awareness Day is by quitting smoking and other habits that may cause abnormalities in the cells. If you or someone you know has survived bladder cancer, share your stories or Bladder Cancer Awareness Day. Educate others about the illness and educate patients and caregivers to cooperate. Men are more susceptible. Men are 4 times more likely than women to get bladder cancer. It occurs mainly in older people. 9 out of 10 patients with bladder cancer are 60 years and older. It has the highest chances of returning. The chances of returning are 50 to 80%. Smoking are twice as likely to get a bladder cancer, and smoking is the greatest risk factor. Not all races are affected equally. Asians are least likely to be affected by bladder cancer. So it removes misconception. Initiatives such as Bladder Cancer Awareness Day helps remove misunderstandings and stigmas surrounding bladder cancer. It also helps in creating awareness of the illness. When caregivers and patients with bladder cancer share their stories during Bladder Cancer Awareness Day. They also build a community when they can talk about treatments and share resources. The main objective of Bladder Cancer Awareness Day is to educate people about the illness. Medical professionals come together to help laymen better understand cancer and what they can do to prevent and treat it. And finally, the last commemoration of the day. Today, we are also commemorating Childhood Depression Awareness Day on May 7th this year, which was created to protect and help children who are suffering from this debilitating illness. The image we usually have of childhood is of children full of life and desire to play. But this is not always the case. Unfortunately, childhood depression exists. It is a very serious issue that needs to be discussed by parents, caregivers, and teachers. Depression is one of the main factors that cause illness worldwide, and it affects all age groups. World Health Organization classifies depression as a global health crisis. But its impact on children can be even more devastating and extreme, putting the lives of boys and girls in jeopardy. In most cultures, childhood is considered the most crucial stage for the formation of individuals, majorly because it is at this age that people learn most of the things they will use throughout their lives, but also because it is when they are most fragile and vulnerable. Children must be cared for, nurtured, and protected. The last few generations were marked by profound social transformations and severe crises that altered the various childhood protection networks worldwide. Between wars and a decline in the environmental quality of life, children have gradually lost their right to childhood, either through and reduced public spaces to play and explore or dismantle protection and education networks, among many other factors. This is deeply distressing and has led to pandemic of depression causes around the world in recent decades. Depression can affect anyone and is one of the most common illness, often coexisting with other serious illness, but its impact on children is much more worrisome. The growing number of suicides among children and adolescents is heartbreaking. In the US alone, the suicides rate among 10 to 24-year-olds increased by nearly 60% between 2007 and 8. In 1997, mothers and fathers suffering from the pain of having depressed children decided to act. They formed the National Federation of Families for Children's Mental Health and created Childhood Depression Awareness Day. In 2015, the Federation of Families started to carry out the Green Ribbon campaign. This fundraising initiative aims to raise awareness of children's mental health issues and educate the general public about the emotional, behavioral, and mental health needs of children and their families. Depression and that triggering anxiety appear to be most common among older children and teenagers. The age group most affected is 12 to 17 years. Childhood depression is a persistent sadness experienced by children. It reveals itself as feelings of hopelessness in which the child believes they are completely alone and deserve to feel and be that way. Depression is a collective problem everyone should be aware of. When it affects children, the responsibility is even greater. Childhood Depression Awareness Day is the perfect time to learn about it. Take children's psychological distress seriously. And their pain heard during the childhood. Depression Awareness Day, train your empathy and truly talk and listen to children. Contribute to funding campaign to spread further awareness of childhood depression. The National Federation of Families for Children's Mental Health runs fundraising campaigns. Contribute whatever you can to the Green Ribbon campaign. Antisocial behavior. Children and teens suffer from depression, tend to isolate themselves and lose interest in activities that require social skills. Depression is a very debilitating condition, and one of the first noticeable effects in children is a drop in school performance. When suffering from depression, children and adolescents often assume a fight or flight posture, which is reflected in apathetic or aggressive behavior. It is very common for depressed children to have chronic sleep problems such as bruxism, night terrors, and insomnia, as well as eating problems such as bulimia, anorexia, and body dysmorphia. The pain of depression can lead to morbid obsessive thoughts, which greatly increase the risk of suicide. Raising awareness of childhood depression contributes to the prevention. Long term, it helps save the lives of children and adolescents. There have been an increase in mental illness among children in recent years. It is important to know that the symptoms and combat the stigma of mental suffering to better help children recover. Helps heal the most vulnerable. The cure for depression requires an awareness that the children and adolescents usually do not have. Children are vulnerable and struggle to defend themselves, especially emotionally and mentally. It is the role of adults to identify these problems and guide them on the healing journey. So with this, we shall conclude today's commemorations. So if any presenters are willing to share their observations or suggestions or experiences as being a voter, you are free to share, and all those will be provided with an appreciation certificate. Or others who would like to make presentations, feel free to share their details in chat box. So we'll move on to our next presentation. Archana Goswami, are you there? You can raise your hand. Okay, now you can start your video, unmute yourself, start your presentation, following the formalities as mentioned, guidelines as mentioned on the website. Archana, can unmute yourself. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good evening, sir. Hello.
Good evening.
Sir,
Yeah.
my voice is audible.
Yes, ma. You can start your video as well.
Okay, sir. Hello. Uh, Thank you, sir, for providing me this opportunity. Myself, Archana Goswami. I'm a student, Bir Bahadur Singh Purvanchal University. Uh,
You have
uh,
PPT, ma?
yes, sir.
Do you have any PPT?
Yes, I have, but my screen is not sharing. Oh, I can- Okay. So my screen is visible.
Okay, ma. You are using laptop or mobile?
It's mobile. Sorry, sir. So
First,
my
you
topic
have to open the PPT, then click on share button, share screen button. You fix the camera, ma. And do you have any camera stand or adjust so that you are free?
I can't able to share my screen. So
Okay, you first fix your camera so that you know your video is shaking. You are moving your mobile. You fix it somewhere so that you are stable and you can present, or hold it firmly if you can. Otherwise, keep it on some table or stand.
my voice is audible. Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Continue.
My topic is anxiety, depression during pregnancy and its effect on the infants. Uh, So, introduction. So, being a mother is a beautiful moment for every woman, but anxiety and depression during pregnancy make it fancy, filled with dread and sadness. According to experts and doctors, anxiety and depression during pregnancy have a hostile outcome for both. Sometimes it can be the reason for low body weight, preterm birth, and increases the chance of naughty delivery, poor child health. Further, an antenatal anxiety can be rational for poor mental health. It's increased cognitive disorders, hyperactivity disorders, and similarly, postnatal anxiety also have hostile effects. According to the American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists, between 40% and 40% and 23% of women struggle with some symptom of depression during pregnancy. This can cause the newborn to be irritable, aggressive, or mentally inactive. Psychological changes during pregnancy also depend upon whether the pregnancy was planned or unplanned, wanted or unwanted. Anxiety in prepartum stage pregnancy result in loss of fetus, and in the second and the third trimester leads to decreases in birth weight. In recent years, many researchers have worked on anxiety, depression, and related factors during pregnancy. Research to enhance knowledge. Knowledge has to assemble upon that which already exists. A brief summary of previous research provides information that anxiety and depression is common during this phase, but it can be adverse. Pregnancy is a great time period in women's life. It's a time full of joy and happiness. Pregnant mother feel pride. They experiences as they get going to their way to give birth. It's affect all expectants mother in ways that deeply affect the quick mother child relationship and the new parenthood. The most unforgettable event in couple's life is the childbirth. Hypertension, preeclampsia, and different type of pregnancy complications have been closely correlated with maternal stress. The good health of newborn may be stirred when pregnant ladies undergo psychological changes. Pregnancy related anxiety negatively affect mother, embryo, newborn, and child health during the prenatal postnatal period of pregnancy. Anxiety and depression in different trimester of pregnancy is closely related with low birth weight, differently in masculine and feminine infant. Some studies analyze that the contribution of the prenatal anxiety, depression, and partner violence to low body weight in neonates and its relation to sex specific body weight. The pervasiveness of anxiety, depression, and stress was found to be 63%, 25.5%, and 23% separately. Across the world, depression is a commonly seen psychological health problem, reduce the creativity, happiness, mental health, and gratification of persons, reduce their quality of life, and leads to lostness in the workforce. Pregnancy, one of the important process in women, is a natural function as well as a period during which may biological and psychological changes are found. The risk of the many factors that may cause depression is high because of its stress and anxiety. Besides, the biological and psychological changes that pregnancy cause are too many compared to other periods of life. Nutritional factor and its association with offspring development during pregnancy. Nutrition is the basic need of human being for their mental and psychological health, but in developing country it is a challenging. Healthy and balanced diet are significant in life but must be important during pregnancy. The main role of nutrition in pregnancy is well defined as has significant implication on succeeding mother and newborn health. In fact, the nutritional needs associated with the embryo growth, increasing blood volume, extracellular lipids, adipose tissues, and placental weight all depends upon the mother diet. Calories, protein, calcium, folic acid, iodine, and iron are basic macro and micronutrients should be increased significantly in pregnancy and lactating women's diets. Pregnant women require sufficient energy and nutrients for growth the embryo and to fulfill the increased body needs of mother. A mother nutritional state not only affect her health but also pregnancy's result. Low nutrition during pregnancy provides both short and long-term effect on the health and development of an offspring, increases the risk of non-communicable diseases, and is significantly released to the survival of both mother and their babies. Pregnancy is a time of meaningful life change that needs major psychological adjustment, which are completely related to anxiety and stress. Due to less psychological and emotional adjustment during pregnancy constitute a hostile factor for the pregnant lady and infant. For example, bad mood during pregnancy has been identified as a predictor of postpartum depression. However, maintaining good psychological health during pregnancy also has a benefits for the health of the unborn child. Emotional distress, particularly symptoms of depression and anxiety, reportedly increases the worst condition of pregnancy and birth complication. Poor offspring status, low birth weight, prematurity, and reduced internal growth. So we can say that connection between social support, psychological stress, and pregnancy outcome is unconstantly sophisticated. Conclusion. In conclusion, the fact that significant research now manifested the detrimental effect of negative emotional conditions and stress during pregnancy on birth outcome, neonates and offspring progress and mother health, and study provides significant indication regarding conclusion of pregnancy objective and postnatal depression symptom on early childhood in India. Therefore, there is a need to detect the women with unintended pregnancy and incorporate the promotion of mental psychological to their national reproductive and child health program. Thank you, sir.
We wish you all the best. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Participants, if you have any queries, feel free to share. What made you to choose this topic, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
What made you to choose this topic?
Actually, sir, I'm specialized in child development. I'm home science student, so I choose this topic.
Now, there are many topics now. Why only this topic?
I'm interested in this topic, so I choose this topic, sir.
So, what significant observation you had made? Have you visited any home, or how did you collect this data?
सर सर मैंने सेकेंडरी डेटा यूज किया है और सर मैं आसपास के लोगों को भी इसके लिए ऑब्जर्व करती हूँ. So
Yeah, that's why I was asking you. It was purely on secondary data, or you also included some primary data as well?
yes, sir.
Okay. So, whom did you observe?
Sir, he is my brother's wife, sir. So I observed her.
Okay. So,
Okay.
how did you, I mean, what significant difference or observations you have when among the primary data and secondary data?
So primary data is more informative than secondary data, I think, sir. Because sir, हम इसे फेस टू फेस ऑब्जर्व कर सकते हैं, सो ये ज्यादा इफेक्टिव रहता है, इंफॉर्मेटिव रहता है.
So, what are your secondary data sources?
So online, by articles, by websites.
No, I mean, you might have taken from specific source.
Yes.
Which website you have taken?
So by Google Scholar or others.
Okay. You have put your references now in the PPT?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, ma'am. Congratulations. We wish you all the success. Complete the formalities in time.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Stop sharing your video and mute yourself. Anyone else waiting for their presentations? Or anyone interested to share their observations? We have only 10 minutes left. So we can quickly take any new members who are waiting for their presentations. Anyone else would like to share their experiences? Because that is also important. It's not just we keep talking. we also need to hear. Because when we are talking, we are only sharing what we have learned. When we listen, we also learn so many things. So it is equally important that we also hear, take the feedback, and more than talking, listening is more important. Through listening, we can learn more. The more you listen, the more effective you become in talking. Often people don't have the patience of listening or reading. Without reading and listening, how you will acquire knowledge, information? So to become a good speaker, you need to be a good listener. That is a secret. You need to have a lot of patience. See, I keep listening day in and day out to so many lectures, so many sessions, especially on this platform. I have listened to so many people presenting, and along with me, there are our team members, panelists, and also evaluators who are, though not active, proactive, though they are not muting and sharing comments live, but they keep sharing their reports, feedback on presentations, and even after that, whatever PPTs or the papers you are sharing, and those are shared with the experts who are empaneled, and we are taking feedback. And accordingly, when we are publishing, we will send it for review for those who have shortlisted. So don't think that, as there are no comments live, it doesn't mean that there are really no comments. There are comments in the chat box, and later on, because of the time constraints and other things, we are limiting ourselves. And as this platform is to encourage, but at the same time, we also need to cultivate the attitude of gratitude. That is what most important. Though this platform is intended for everyone, especially youngsters need to learn how to make presentations, how to introduce themselves. In spite of giving clear guidelines, still they are not following it. That itself, conveys a lot about the youngsters, especially. Why guidelines are there? That helps us to acknowledge everyone's time, especially. Not only just presenters. As an organizer, they are giving their time, money, resources, and they have created this platform, and they are not charging anything from you, right? And you are getting an opportunity, you are utilizing an opportunity. It's our responsibility. We are under obligation when we are using this platform to express their gratitude, our gratitude to them. And also there are chairpersons, moderators, coordinators who are moderating, and who are also evaluating your presentation. So we also need to express our gratitude to them for their time and their suggestions. At the same time, there are presenters, speakers, panelists who are coming, making presenters, and they are also part, and they are also listening to us. They are also sharing their comments. So it's our responsibility to share and express our gratitude to them. And finally, and also most importantly, the participants who spend their valuable time like me also. See, you have the flexibility to join anytime and leave anytime, but I can't join in the middle. I can't leave somewhere. I have to stay whole day because I need to verify, being the moderator and coordinator, I need to moderate the sessions and I need to coordinate with the entire team and I need to cross check and verify the proceedings. So I cannot leave in between and join in between. Whole session, the entire session, I have to be there active, whether I speak or not. But I have to be active, noting down important points, suggestions, observations, whether I express it on platform or not. There is a lot of things that needs to be taken. So many people are doing so much work off screen. So it's our duty, responsibility to express our gratitude to each and everyone. Because you are taking everyone's time, money, and resources. And for that reason, if we are not even able to express our gratitude, that doesn't cost anything, right? So even that also we are not able to express. That means it conveys a lot about our personality and so many things. So that's why it's not that it is a compulsion, but it's, when we are utilizing something from even for nature, we need to have that attitude of gratitude that is very important. Otherwise, what happens? If we don't express our gratitude, what happens? We get indebted to them. That is where we build up karma. No, though whether you believe it or not, in it or not, that is also as scientific as it is. Because when you are taking something from someone, then it is also your obligation to return to them something in return, right? The law of exchange. When you are taking something from someone, you also need to compensate them in whatever form you can. So this gives us an opportunity for everyone. That's why, especially it is very much important to express our gratitude everywhere, not only online or offline. Everywhere we need to express our gratitude. Even from the moment we wake up to the moment we are going to sleep. There are so many things that happen, so many people contributing for our health, well-being, development. Even nature is contributing to us. See, in spite of so many things happening, in some places it is flooded. Some places there is no power. Some places people are struggling. Even here, since afternoon, we have thunderstorm and, windy weather and huge winds and heavy rains and in between power cuts. In spite of that, there is no difficulty or obstacle. Of course, all these are challenges only, but still we are able to successfully conduct. So that itself says, our good intentions. And in spite of so much efforts, we could have easily cancelled it. Why to take so much risk? But it's not like that. We need to have a commitment. It's not just like doing for the sake of doing. But we have to do it wholeheartedly. That's what makes the difference. People do for the sake of doing, they will not achieve anything. They live for the sake of living. So they do not enjoy the life. The joy of living, the experience of living doesn't happen. So because you did not die, because you are still alive, you are living, that is not the proper way of living. We all came here for a purpose. And until we complete our purpose, we are not going to live. And that doesn't mean that we deliberately delay it so that we can live longer. No, that doesn't happen like that. I may sound philosophical, but that is what, the fact is. That's why it is very much essential to express our gratitude, because it helps in image building, it helps in a good feeling, good experience of attending. So that's why I take this opportunity to express my gratitude to all. Though, part of being an organizing team, it may sound like praising my own team, but still, it is my duty to express my gratitude first to Almighty, in spite of so many things happening in and around. The nature is also, it's so much, temperature is rising. We are crossing of 46, 47. And imagine the plight. And we really need something like this, rains, water, though it is summer, but this is a great relief for everyone. So in spite of that, we were able to successfully complete. And it is our duty to also express that what the condition is, situation is, so that you can also expect that there might be some issues, but it doesn't mean that it will happen or it will not happen. But at least we are prepared that something might happen or might not happen. So it is our responsibility. When we are responsible or accountable for something, it is our responsibility to inform others who are depending on us or who are at least joining us, to inform what might be the situation. Otherwise, they will also keep wondering what might have happened. So there are some things that are beyond our expectations or assumptions or beyond our predictions. But still, in that cases, we cannot do anything. But at least now, when we know something that is within our control or within our anticipation or within our information, we can always inform. So thank you everyone for joining us on this wonderful day. So see you all tomorrow, and we express our gratitude to each and everyone, to all, especially our team, and to the presenters, and especially to all the participants. Definitely it's you who keep us encouraging to organize more and more programs, and the quiz is also ready. We'll be sharing it mostly tonight or by tomorrow. We can start attempting the quiz and submit them. So all the certificates will be issued after conference, within 3 to 5 working days, mostly. So 12th is last date. So you might expect your certificates by 15th or 16th, or mostly on the first day of next week. So try to complete all the formalities in time. Those who have completed their presentation, share your details, share your PPT or paper or summary, whatever is required, so that we can also go through. And because we also need to give a comment, we also need to justify why that presentation was allowed and how it was related. Even if you couldn't relate also, we have to ensure that we are justifying that. And so many things are there that are done at the time of conference and pre-conference, post-conference. So thank you once again, and kindly fill up the feedback form before leaving the platform. Those who have filled the feedback form can leave the platform. So see you all tomorrow with the same joining link at 6 o'clock with different discussions and topics. And for the presenters, kindly be prepared for your presentations and share your details, the chat box, and spread this information to all your friends, colleagues. They can also attend and gain knowledge and also at the same time get some certification. So thank you everyone. Take care. Good night.